I'm just going to leave it at that word. He's reborn in different every generation.
Yes, more
They
like
have a ceremony also
mhm.
that determines his rebirth back into the earth.
Mhm.
So,
Anybody like to
like,
talk?
so like I said, for me,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
isn't he infamous for well, I guess he got the picture on the screen, but doing this disgusting thing with the little boy.
It's not on there yet.
Yes, he is. I remember what
Oh.
John was saying about him back then on when he did that. You understand? That this is some, you know what I mean, homosexual, you know what I mean, stuff was going on there. All right?
So like you,
Now,
sir.
come on. Yeah, that's it. And he was sticking his tongue out and telling the boy to do what? To suck it. Nastiness. Come on.
So like it's a guy who got a podcast and he had a guest on there that said he spent 10 days with the Dalai Lama. And the first day they took him in the suite to figure out where they were going to film everything at.
Hold up.
Oh,
Hold up. Baz. Hold
okay,
up.
so like
Don't bring it all the way out, Baz. You understand? Don't bring it all the way out.
So like I didn't know you saw that.
I trying to creep them into. I trying to have somebody look up who the Dalai Lama is. Ola Baz, you're gonna get his brothers. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, yo, what you saying? They're gonna believe you, Baz. We'll look up the Dalai Lama.
The one I got the definition.
Go ahead.
The Dalai Lama is the spiritual head of Tibetan Buddhism until the establishment of Chinese communist rule, the spiritual and temporal ruler of Tibet.
Yep. Now let's get to it before Baz can't hold it back. But yeah, Baz, you're right.
So like I said, we got one question in the chat, sir.
Come on.
Okay, this is from Officer Mahayar.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Shalom, sir. It says, can I get a breakdown on Jeremiah 49, 21, 22? Specifically, does the Red Sea have meaning? 22 is the pangs of a woman cramping. That's Jeremiah.
Hold on. Read it for me.
That's Jeremiah 49 and 21. Shalaka, sir. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 21.
Hold on, let me get with you, Giannis. Jeremiah is here, right?
Con, sir.
Jeremiah 40 what?
49, sir. 49, 21, and 22.
Okay.
And specifically, the question asked is, it just went up. It's it's asking in verse 22 about the Red Sea have meaning.
Come on.
Is the pangs a woman cramping?
Come on.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 21. The earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea. So he's saying, he's asking, what is the Red Sea, the significance of the Red Sea in that verse?
Okay, read on. Give me a little more.
Verse 22. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle and spread his wings over Basra. And at that day shall the heart of the men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pangs.
Okay. Okay. It's not okay. Think about it this way, right? Remember what happened with the Red Sea, right? What happened in the Red Sea?
The Egyptians were destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. So now, okay, we're not picturing it in our heads how it was, but you can imagine you riding on a horse and water on either side of you, right? And then that water started come down on you. What do you think going to be happening? What's going to be taking place?
Panic and fear,
Give me a little more.
and death and destruction.
Okay, in other words, those men on them horses going to scream like bitches are.
Like,
They'll be screaming. They'll be blah, 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 and that, you know what I mean? It'll be yells. You understand?
so like it, sir.
Go on. Come on.
So there's a scripture also, I can't remember the exact verse, where it talks about how they're going to lose heart. You know, at some point when Christ returns, they're going to lose heart. Like, is this going along with what this is saying right there? Is this kind of
It's somewhat along that path, but it's more so painting a picture of how painful the destruction is going to be. Like the Esau ain't going to just be like, well, you know, like he gonna just have to put down his weapons and then, you know what I mean? No, this is going to be very, very painful for him. The type of destruction that's going to come his way. Remember to say what it's going it's going to burn out your tongue from your head. You understand? Which means what? That's a lot of pain. You just light a matches and put it to your thumb for for a few seconds, and you're gonna be in some pain. So you can imagine that heat that's gonna burn your tongue out your mouth.
Right.
Your head. It's gonna be real bad for them on that day. You understand? And this is just explaining how bad the destruction that was going to be. I don't know who this was for. I think it's Edom. You know what I mean? Some
sir.
with Edom. And then with the woman pangs is almost as if, a woman that's making a child ark. You understand? That baby, to bring forth that baby without that epidural ark, some of these women will be like, one is too much.
Right.
You want what? 2, 3? Oh, hell no. You understand? Without that, because it's so much pain to bring a child into this world. Right. You understand? Well, the Lord is saying that's the pain that's going to take these people out their seat. You understand? That's how painful it's going to be for them. You can imagine Donald Trump giving up that seat. Don't imagine Netanyahu giving up his seat. Oh, man. It's going to be painful for them. It's going to be real painful for them. All right, but so it's not so much a woman to deal with the woman. I believe Monthly is talking about, but this is more so talking about the pain that's going to come with the destruction, the same pain that they had when they was in that Red Sea, and that sea was closing in on them. You can imagine the yells that was coming from them Egyptians. You understand? When there was no hope, nothing, it's done.
So like it, sir.
Come on.
Mahaya said, "The water, my Lord."
I understand. All right. Now let's get back to the Dalai Lama, the spiritual leader. You understand? You think you think, I mean, you in a cult. I mean, how are we saying it in a negative way? Come on.
Is the monks that was marching through North Carolina, they from that same sect?
You know what? I'm not too sure, but they dress almost the same way. So I mean, they might. I mean, they're monks nonetheless. You understand?
Sir.
Come on.
Yes, they are from the same sect. They were from the same sect.
Well, somebody would have had a where is what's his name? Aya gonna have to ask them this question the next time if you get a chance to ask them. All right. Let me get to it. How do I get to it? Yeah, hold on. All right. Hit the play button.
And so I noticed the
You can hear it?
toilet bowl filled with bright orange,
All right, sir.
yellow.
Yeah, turn it up just a little bit, Cap, if you could, Bob Shaw.
Sure,
He
you
was
sure?
so
Yeah, I'm
enlightened
turning
that
it
he's
all the way up.
childlike, and that was
Yeah,
just
that's-
one child to another playing around. But I have spent time with the Dalai Lama personally. I spent 10 days with him, day and night, filming a project in 2008. And at this time, I was exploring all the different world religions, and Tibetan Buddhism was one of my favorites. So there's a lot of principles that I still follow today. Mindfulness is a really great practice. Meditation is a great practice. But I will tell you what really turned me off here is we were going in to look for a location to do an interview with the Dalai Lama. So they had us in his suite. And so I noticed the toilet bowl was filled with bright orange, yellow urine, and I went to flush it as we were doing this walkthrough, and one of his aides said, no. I said, oh, I'm sorry. And he said, his disciples will come and drink that.
You got to be kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. And I said, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry.
You all hear that? Hold on. I hear you.
We can hear it, sir.
What's this? What did say his disciples was drinking?
Salaki, sir. Dalai Lama piss.
Yeah. Joy juice. The Dalai Lama joy juice, boy. Kool-Aid. You understand? Bright, the man said what? Bright orange. Which means the Dalai Lama need to drink some more water.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. All this Tibetan, this, that, you know what I mean? Can you imagine eating asparagus? I mean, all the greens.
But I will tell you what really turned me off here is we were going in to look for a location to do an interview with the Dalai Lama. So they had us in his suite. And so I noticed the toilet bowl was filled with bright orange, yellow urine, and I went to flush it as we were doing this walkthrough, and one of his aides said, no. I said, oh, I'm sorry. And he said, his disciples will come and drink that.
You got to be kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. And I said, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. They're going to drink out of the toilet? Oh, yeah. They said, why? They said, well, they feel that it will give them enlightenment. It will give them, some of the properties that have made His Holiness so amazing. So they come in here as soon as we allow them to, and they'll drink out of the toilet.
And
yeah.
So like I said, it just reminded me of something back in the 80s, right? Back in the 80s and 90s, there was like this little group in Harlem, New York, right? And they was promoting this drinking urine. You know, they were promoting it. And it came from these same Dalai Lamas. This was the advent of the Hare Krishnas and all of this. And one of their things that they were saying was that if you drink urine, it would help purify you. I remember that.
Brother, how in the hell?
Yeah, I don't know.
You telling me you're drinking this, what, 80-something, 90-something-year-old man, orange, yellow urine for enlightenment? Brother, I don't know what they're smoking up in the mountains of Tibet. But boy, they need a hygienist up there quick. You understand? And now these same people, come on.
And they're drinking it out of the toilet too. So it all kind of feces, remnants, and chiclets in there and all that, sir.
Brother, man, they better not look down on black people. They better not. You understand? Because I treating all these Asians as drinking pee now. Every last one of them. You understand? Because they eating dog, they eating cat, they eating monkey brain. You understand? The pangolin. Nothing safe around them. Not mere urine. Brother, come on. and they want to look down on black people, Hispanics, and First Nation people. That is ridiculous. You understand? Let me see if you have a little more to this.
And so did you just kind of like brush it off and keep going, or did it kind of shake you?
It kind of put a damper on the trip. I'll just say, because it went from, oh, he's just this beautiful, loving thing, to like, this is okay. I understand. Like I worked with a lot of indigenous cultures, a lot of cultures around the world, and everyone has different traditions, and so they have their own justification for that. And maybe it's not as dark as it sounds to us Westerners, possibly. But when he then started to come out and get involved in things like COVID, he pushed hard for the COVID vaccines.
The Dalai Lama did?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So the people have said he's compromised by the CIA, and we know CIA was a big driving force behind COVID, because it came from DARPA, it came from the military-industrial complex is where it came from. And so go ahead. I'm sorry. So it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. I don't like to pass judgment too quickly on people. But that's when
brother. Yeah, Tony Lord, you're in the truth. Tony Lord, you're black. Yeah. I mean, you're Israelite. Because these people are just full out disgusting. You understand? And the only reason why this come up, why do you think this came up? Why do you think this just come up?
Salak is there.
Mm-hmm.
Because he on the Epstein file.
Yeah, he in the Epstein file too. You understand? He in the Epstein file too. And the thing about it is, apparently, come on.
Apparently, he been to that island hundreds of times.
Yeah. So now you understand with the sucking the little boy, telling the little boy to suck his tongue. Now you know it ain't far-fetched for him to be in the file. You understand? And then once you compromise like that, Ark, you are now give me where it talks about sin knocking at your door. I think that's Genesis.
Salaki, yeah.
Come on.
I was gonna say, all of them evil. I think there was a story that was circulating that when those Buddhist monks came through North Carolina, they said that 2 of them went missing, and then when they went looking for them and found them, they said that it was at a local strip club.
Oh, and that's what you had to really look at too. That's when most of the times too with these other nations and their belief. It's so there's some loophole in there which allows them to behave like that. Because if you drinking a man piss, then for sure you could look at a naked woman. Or right. I don't know if it was a naked woman, could have been a male strip club. You understand? Like they don't have no rules when it comes to hygiene. You understand? Or sex. I don't know.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
I'm just asking the question, sir. Do you think like the appearance of these monks, right, and this march that they did, is this like them trying to get a little piece of the pie to come in and join in, with the rest of the heathen? Like,
oh, okay, it's not so much for them to come in and get a piece of the pie with the heathen, but it's what the Lord spoke of when He tell you to go in the closet. They're doing this for men to see like they're humble. You know what I mean? When Asian, you drinking out a toilet bowl, you got urine on your breath. Ain't no eggs, scrambled eggs, and you got urine, the Dalai Lama urine on your breath.
Right.
Brother,
Lucky, sir.
Come on. You found it? Oh, he dropped out. Somebody give me the one in Genesis. Line at the door. Come on.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 4 and verse 7.
Come on.
If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted?
Skip one verse above it.
Okay. So like yes, sir. I never hear when you say for go feed. So like.
Yeah, understand.
So
Go ahead, quiet, man.
Book of Genesis, chapter 4 and verse 6. And the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? And why is thy countenance fallen?
Right. And that's, you know what I mean? So this is when Cain killed Abel. All right. Or just before he did it. Right. He's like, why your countenance fallen? Why? Read on.
Verse 7. If thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted?
Right. If you do well, then you're gonna be, if you do what the Lord said to do, then guess what? You're not to worry about.
Right.
Does that mean you ain't going to bills? Yeah, you're gonna have bills, but you know that you have brothers to help you. You don't have to worry about all that. You understand? You know you have a family that's going to help you. You understand? That's willing to help you. Read on. But
Come, sir. If thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
And if you don't do well, what? Sin is lying where?
At the door.
At the door. That's these brothers and sisters who done being compromised by the so-called oppressor. You understand? It's right, the sin right outside your door. You want to get rich, you want to get wealthy, you want generational wealth. Well, what you willing to do for it? You want to go on the island with Epstein? Because that's what they're doing. These rich men are, you know what I mean? They find a way. It's almost as if they like being evil like this is a way to that bring them together. You understand? Like build a bond. Like, you know how you go to the streets and, you know what I mean, and teach and try to wake brothers up, and you building a bond doing it with each other. Well, them abusing children, abusing women, you know what I mean, abusing animals, you know what I mean, brings them together. You understand? It brings them together. Now you want to be part of that vomit? You want to be part of that? Read on.
Come, sir. And unto thee shall be his desire.
And unto who's the D?
D is the person.
Who's the person?
Salaki, sir.
The D is
come on. Hold on.
Cain. The D
The
is
man,
Cain.
the husband, the man.
The man. So let me paint the picture for you, right? If, and this comes with addiction, right? You know what I mean? And you brothers and sisters out there who, you know what I mean, who have some type of addiction, right? You know, the school is right, school universe practical knowledge, you know what I mean, will help you get off of that. You just have to be willing to get off of it and willing to take the proper counsel and follow through on it. You understand? Now, think about somebody who smoking cigarette or weed, marijuana, right? Now, when you try to tell them, you try to talk to them about the behavior. What do they say about trying to stop? What do they say? What do they say about it?
Salakia,
sir.
Go ahead. Hold on, quiet, go ahead.
Most of the time they make excuses of
like what? What type of excuses they give?
I can't
trying.
I can't.
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Yeah. Look, Salakia, they say that it's not in the Bible.
Well, yeah, I'll take that. Come on, Yaniza.
Salakia, sir, they say I could quit anytime I want.
right? But the next day or the next minute, they pull the cigarette out and light it.
Got in my cup.
So who is in control? You or the addiction?
The addiction, sir.
So he is in control. He is the one that's doing it. You understand? Read it one more time.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
So his desire is unto thee shall be what?
His desire.
His desire. You understand? Like now, guess what? The cigarette controlling you. He's in control. The marijuana is in control because guess what? You picking it up, knowing I have to stop. I have to stop. And then when you finish, guess what happened? You're angry with yourself. And then the cycle starts again and again until you get the proper help necessary to wean you off it, to get you off it. You understand? Like what we don't want to do is be compromised in that we are. In no way you should be compromised.
Right.
You understand? In no way you should be like that. No way whatsoever. You understand? But brother, you mean that's why we say what? Life is about what?
War.